going to show you exactly how it works for a customer. Sound good? All right, let's go. And I'm going to do that. Just going to scroll down and hit this next video. Now this next video, just so you know, is the video that all of us have on our website. It's your Energy 526 video or your YMBit Works video. Who has watched those? Everybody should have watched those. Do you know how they're broken into 4 segments? What's in the first segment? What did they say in the first segment that maybe you wish they didn't? 429. That's right. How many of you have sent your video to somebody and you know they never got past that first segment? They get turned right off. They see 429 and they don't have a clue what that's for. So what we've done here, and we're going to even make this a little better, is we've taken the videos that we all have, and all we did is shorten them up. This is a 12-minute video. The first segment is gone. And you know how it's got people like stepping out of the line in front of everything, or the other one has somebody sitting at a table talking? That's gone too.
No testimony.
No testimonial. It's mostly just the facts here. All right? And we just got a call from somebody who's wanting us to fix this even a little bit better. So what you're going to see me doing in talking here in a minute, our goal is to get that into this video too. So you literally can just push play. So we're just going to show you the next step here, all right? You guys want me to play through this and stop it where we would stop?
How many of you have seen this part? Just go ahead.
First conversation in 2006, Ambit Energy co-founders Jerry Thompson Jr. and Chris
So you
Chandler
understand
meeting,
the
there was a
company and the
tremendous
customer
opportunity with energy deregulation. Now, all they needed to do was build a company.
When we opened our offices in downtown Dallas, we took down all the walls. We wanted the open space and we wanted an open culture. The executives all sit right next to each other, so there's lots of open communications. At the same time, we put in some very inexpensive $19 folding tables. They're not very attractive, but we decided not to invest in fancy offices and elegant furniture. We wanted to focus all our resources into systems and people.
Jerry set an early and very ambitious goal for their new company, to be the finest and most respected retail energy provider in America.
We knew that whenever a consultant approached someone about becoming an Ambit customer consultant, they would be putting their reputations on the line, and they would be trusting that Ambit would deliver its promise, not just some of the time, but all of the time. And we wanted to be worthy of that trust. We wanted to make them proud.
Both veterans of the 90s telecom boom, Ambit's co-founders have years of high-growth management experience. As Chief Executive Officer, Jerry's background in finance and operations has provided the company with steady leadership. His co-founder and Ambit's Chief Marketing Officer, Chris Chandler, leads the company's efforts to establish a nationally recognized retail brand in the energy industry, utilizing the power of person-to-person marketing.
You know, people ask us all the time why we chose direct selling as our model for acquiring customers, and the truth is simple. Friends and family members make better customers. You know, traditional advertising, especially in today's hyper-paced internet culture, just doesn't produce loyal customers. And direct selling can do that at a very attractive cost of acquisition. You know, our customers are people we know, love, and trust. They pay their bills on time, they stay loyal to the brand, and they even spread the word to others.
Has the approach worked? Well, in its first 7 years, Ambit has attracted over 1 million satisfied customers, while growing annual revenue from startup to over $1 billion. That kind of growth doesn't go unrecognized. In 2010, Ambit Energy was named the fastest growing privately held company in America by Inc. magazine. Ambit has also earned its place in the direct selling industry, listed by the Direct Selling News Global 100 as one of the largest direct selling companies in the world and the largest direct selling energy provider.
I think it surprises people to hear us say that we could have grown faster, but it's true. We purposely controlled Ambit's growth to ensure that we're always building on a solid foundation of systems and people that will enable us to be a great company years into the future and not just a flash in the pan. One of the first decisions Chris and I made in the very beginning was to never sacrifice integrity for growth. As proud as we are of Ambit's success, we want to make certain we continue to do it the right way.
It is this dedication to building a company the right way, along with their past experience with fast-paced, high-growth businesses that continue to fuel Ambit to this day.
A business built with gimmicks, hype, or exaggeration is just not sustainable. It's just a weak foundation that ultimately is going to collapse. I think the only way to build a solid foundation is to work hard, do the right thing, and hold everybody, especially yourself, to high standards. It's harder, it's slower, but in the long run, I think it's always worth it.
To really understand the Ambit opportunity, you have to understand energy deregulation. Monopolies have broken up before. Everyone agrees competition is a good thing, but energy deregulation is different. It began in the 1990s and is spreading slowly state by state, so the opportunity continues to grow. Even though Ambit Energy has over 1 million customers, we're still in fewer than half the deregulated states, with market shares of no more than 3 to 5%. So here's the opportunity for you. Everybody uses energy every day, and everybody pays for energy, month after month. When you switch to Ambit Energy, you're billed the same way and your energy comes from the same place. Nothing changes, except the price you pay. In some cases, Ambit saves its customers up to 15 to 20%.
I'd like to just point to that without
But
saying
saving
anything.
is only
Show
part
the
of the
person
story.
that I text-
Ambit
tell
is
them
really
that
about
when
value.
we're on the phone.
We have a rewards program that rewards new customers just for signing up, then lets them earn points towards more rewards with every bill paid. Ambit even has a program that lets people earn free energy. If you refer 15 or more new Ambit customers, you get a free energy credit equal to their average energy cost. And that's on every bill, as long as you maintain at least 15 customers. No one else has a program like this. No one else offers customer service like Ambit either. We have a world-class facility near Dallas, Texas, staffed with an ever-growing, well-trained group of dedicated customer service professionals. And if you become a consultant, you'll be glad to know there's a group dedicated to consultant support as well. Remember, as an Ambit Energy independent consultant, your job is simply to gather new customers and help others do the same. You can see how Ambit's electricity and natural gas services will sell themselves. Yet, Ambit continues to invest in consultant training to ensure your Ambit business grows as big as you want it to be. We've developed a proven system of leader support, in-person business presentations, and online resources that are second to none. And Ambit's co-founders, executives, and consultant leaders regularly travel to Ambit markets to meet and talk with and listen to Ambit consultants and prospects across the country. And every fall, thousands of consultants come to Dallas for the event of the year, Ambit Energy's Ambition. This Convention Plus is 4 days of training, networking, inspiration, and fun that helps consultants grow both professionally and personally. For the serious consultant, it's a must attend. And if you're serious about being an Ambit consultant, watch our video about the compensation plan. It's the final piece in the consultant puzzle, and the one that will get you most excited about the Ambit system and your personal opportunity.
So really what we've just done there, Abbott, is I just wanted you to kind of see our office in Dallas, meet Jerry and Chris, understand the credibility of the company. And I want to make sure you really understand what's going on with deregulation. See, the neatest thing about this is the incumbents, like for us here, National Grid, NYSEG, National Fuel, they're actually encouraging us to choose an alternative supplier. If you choose an alternative supplier here in New York State, your incumbent's actually going to pay you 7% off your bill for the first 2 months just for making that choice. When I kind of first saw that, it got me pretty excited because I realized that maybe there would be a way to put this in place and make some money since people are actually being encouraged to choose a supplier. If you go on National Grid's website, this is their frequently asked questions program. It says right there, why is National Grid promoting a program like New Choices? National Grid is committed to finding ways to foster integration of customers to alternate suppliers. You guys are in other markets. There's some articles on our website that show you like Penn Power, Penelec, other companies are also encouraging you. In fact, in Philly, the monopoly player down there is Pico. They charge you 4% if you don't choose a supplier.
How cool is that?
You guys, this is something for you to know. Now, the reason they're telling you to choose a supplier is when you look at your bill, the neatest thing about it, most people don't look at your bill. What do you normally do when you get a bill?
Rumble,
Just pay it,
rumble,
pay it,
rumble,
and
pay it.
rumble. It's broken into parts. And you've got the supply part and the delivery part. This part down here, that's the supply part, is the part that's open for deregulation. National Fuel, National Grid, they don't make a profit on that anymore. It's literally just a pass-through. The neatest thing is when you become a customer with Ambit, nothing changes on your bill. See, this is a before bill and this is an after bill. The only thing you'll see is Ambit listed there as your supplier. And we've got a couple bills here that you can look at. This is a before and after gas bill, and they look exactly the same. The only difference is when you choose Ambit, you're going to see Ambit listed as a supplier, and you pay less. Here in New York State, we have a guaranteed savings. We know, we have a shadow of a doubt, 100% of our customers are going to save money. We're the only ones who can say that by giving our customers an annual savings statement. Every year you're going to get that. They're going to do a look back. They're going to show you what you paid with Ambit versus what you would have paid with National Grid or National Fuel. If we didn't save you money, we can't tell you right up front if we're going to save you money or not because National Grid's changing their prices every single day. If you're in another market, Penelec's changing their prices every 3 months. You know, the incumbents are constantly changing their prices. So we're going to look back and show you what you paid with us and what you would have paid if you stayed with them. We didn't save you money. We're giving you a check for the difference, basically taking you back to even. Then we're adding an extra 2%. Or then we're adding an extra 3%. It depends what market that you're in. Okay? It's an amazing program. When I saw that, and I realized they got the customer part down pat, I had to ask myself, that part's great, but how on earth did Ambit Energy become the fastest growing privately held company
Very
in
important
America?
point here. When she poses that question, it re-engages the prospect, the person you're working with. Because all of a sudden their mind is asking that question. How did Ambit get to be the largest? And it gives you an opportunity to repeat the accolade. How did they get to be the sixth largest holder of meters? The fastest growing energy company in the United States. How did they do that in just 7 short years?
This is what I found out that they did. Every single customer, if you just want to be a customer, you're going to get this website. Every customer gets a website for free. You get this website whether you want it or not. What do you do if you find something in your life that's working? If you found Kohl's with 50% off today, what would you do?
Tell other people.
Tell other people about it. You know where I shop, right? They knew that they were going to get this right, and they knew you were going to share it, and every customer gets this website. And if you share it with 15 of your friends and say, hey, I'm saving money with Ambit, you should too, and they sign up through your website, it takes about 5 minutes to become a customer. It's simple data entry, and their bills will start coming with their saving on them, just like the ones I showed you. Ambit's going to average those 15 customer bills, whatever that average is. If the supply part, you're going to get that to offset or eliminate the supply part of your bill. Looks like this. This is a National Grid bill from down near Brooklyn. You can see that the gas charges were $2.02. The average of the 15 referred customers applied right there. It says minus $2.02. It was $2.02 or greater, so they gave them full credit. We paid $0 for the supply part of their bill. Have another bill here. That's the PP&L bill. This is from the Harrisburg area. If you look on this bill, their electricity charges were $189. The average of the 15 referred customers was $120, so I'm going to take $69. We have people all over the country in the markets that we're in that are getting anywhere from 40 to 60% off of their gas and electric bills. And that's what Ambit Energy is doing. So I've shown you how you can get your bill cheaper. I've shown you how you can get 50 to 60% off of it. Now I'm going to show you how you can capitalize on that. And our way that we make money is a lot like Verizon. This is what we're going to do in Verizon analysis.
What I like to do is clarify everything for the customers is free. There's no contracts, no cancellation fees. There's no risk becoming an Ambit customer. 100% of our customers save money. Now we're going to talk about a business model. And the best illustration is with something that we're very, very familiar with. And I talked about Verizon like I did earlier. Verizon hired somebody to give away a cell phone. And it cost them a lot of money. They were after the usage tax. What I want to illustrate is they gave up the wholesale to retail profit margin on a phone. It was a cost of acquisition, and it was very expensive. So they enlisted the help of the customers to gather customers. And it was through a referral program. It was basically 10 people that you could talk to for free and not use your minutes. You could talk to 10 people, and it became 100, and it became 1,000. What that illustrates is 2 real parts of a business. Customer acquisition on the front end, we get paid very, very well on a weekly basis. We'll know that. But more importantly, the company would have normally kept that. And I was teasing with the contractor. So I had no friend, $51,000 for his Verizon bill because on a free phone. And but what that illustrates, that acquisition part is $500 billion. That's according to Warren Buffett, the largest transfer of wealth we're ever going to see. But what I want to illustrate there is customer acquisition and usage tax, not a pyramid scheme. They're 2 real parts of a business. and then I turn it over to them.
And sometimes if you can't remember all that, you can just say, our program works a lot like Verizon. Have you ever said you get on Verizon so you talk for free? We're just gonna say, hey, switch to Ambit so we can get free energy. So we're gonna show you how you can get paid for gathering those customers, and you can get paid for the usage patterns that all those electricity and gas customers have. You can say it any way you want, just to get their mind off of a networking company into something more like what Verizon does, because that's really what we do. We don't have any product and inventory and delivery, we don't touch any money, we don't have to bug our customers to keep using electricity. I'm just teaching, and I'm kind of doing both here. So I look over here, I'm teaching, no, I'm back at the phone. So, as I go through this next video here, I'm just going to stop it at one point to make sure you understand it, but I want you to remember one number, and that's 20. All you have to think about here to make money with Ambit Energy is, do you think you could help 20 people save money on their gas or their electric? And if it's gas and electric, you could be 10 people. That's it. And you'll set something in motion like that Verizon analogy. Now, on a side note, what we're intending to do, we're actually going to shorten up that, you know where it says,
The must attend
must
for
attend
serious
condition
people.
for the serious consultant.
Can you mention a little off
We're gonna
switch?
clip that out of there too. We're trying to make this even shorter. And then we've had several people ask us if we could just insert the customer part here. So you guys would just be able to push play eventually, but if not, you just go in with stuff that was in your starter pack, the before and after bills and the energy
If
credit.
you're doing it over the phone, you'll have them go to the downloads and
We'll
look
do
at
that.
Here's the best part about owning your own business with Ambit Energy. While you're saving other people money, you're earning money for yourself. This everyday win-win is what Ambit is all about. With Ambit's compensation plan, there are 3 ways you can earn income. Bonuses for getting customers, bonuses when other people in your organization get customers, and residual income. In fact, right from the start, you can earn bonuses just for signing up a handful of customers who want to save money and maybe even earn free energy. When you sign yourself up as your first Ambit customer, Ambit gives you 1 customer point. When you set up your business building website, you get 2 more points. And when you gather just 2 more customers within your first 4 weeks, you earn your first bonus of $100. And you just keep going from there. Sign up 5 more customers and you'll earn another $100. Keep signing up customers and you can earn additional bonuses all the way up to $400. But the Ambit opportunity isn't just about gathering customers. You're also looking for other people who want to start their own business and change their financial future. Sign up a new consultant and help them get their first few customers, and not only will they earn $100, but you'll earn $100 too. So you get to help others reach their financial goals and get paid for it. This gets us to the second way you earn income through Ambit. As you sponsor new consultants, you have the opportunity to promote to new levels within the organization. In fact, while you're earning bonuses, gathering a handful of customers, and sponsoring new consultants, you are meeting your requirements for your first promotion. And guess what? The more you promote, the more you get paid. When you achieve your first promotion, for example, you'll earn an additional $55 every time you sponsor a new consultant and help them gather their first few customers. This is on top of the $100 in immediate bonus money. Then, when you continue to promote to additional levels, you'll earn additional raises. And all the time this is going on, you're building a business that takes you right into the third and most lucrative way to earn income with Ambit. This is the real power of Ambit, long-term residual income. When you sign up customers, you earn a bonus, but you also earn residual income every time you pay an energy bill. That's money straight to you every month. And yes, you'll earn additional income from sponsoring additional Ambit consultants and helping them gather customers, but you'll also earn residual income from their customers and their customers' customers, all the way through 7 levels of your growing Ambit organization. Again, that's money straight to you every month. While the math may be confusing, the idea is extremely simple. Here's one modest example. Let's say you sign up 20 customers and sponsor 3 consultants. If those 3 consultants sign up just 3 customers each, and this continues down through 5 levels of your organization, you would earn almost $400 a month, month after month. If this growth continues down through your 6th level, that monthly commission jumps to nearly $2,000. But it doesn't stop there. With Ambit's powerful residual commission plan, you will also get paid down to the 7th level of your organization, which in this same scenario would.
What we're looking at there, Abbott, is over $11,000 per month. This is just a model. You can play this out any way you want. In this model here, it just shows you how to make 3 of your friends who also want to make money. They join you in business as MCs or consultants. And those 3 friends each just show 3 of theirs. Now there's 9. And they show 3. Now there's 27. You see how that's kind of growing exponentially? Now you've got over 2,000 consultants or business owners. What's our job here? What do we do as a consultant? Do we ever touch any money? Do we ever have to remind people to pay their electric bill? All we are is educators. We just teach people about energy deregulation that's going on across the country, and we share with them Ambit, the very best company out there. In this model, you gather 20 customers, and all the other people in your business have just helped 3 people save money. And look what's happened. You've got over 9,000 customers in your business. And Ambit's going to pay you a monthly residual income check on the 15th of every single month, continuing upon one thing happening. Guess what that one thing is? See those customers up there? They have to pay their gas or electric bill. You pay your bill each month, you pay it next month, and next month. Does anybody have to remind you? That's why this works. You can at this point, I always stop it on this slide, and I explain it simply like that. This is the true power of our plan. All the other stuff is great, the upfront money is awesome, but it's a lot of information the first time somebody takes a look at this. If the first time somebody takes a look at this video, if they understand this, you got it. Because this is what we're after. This buys your life back. When that number on the bottom is big enough for you to live on and pay all your bills and take care of all your debt, you're done. You're financially free, you're independent, and you go into the healthy zone, which is one of the best things about Ambit.
I love the 15th, not for what we get. I wouldn't send it back, but it's amazing how many. I wouldn't send it back. I was just checking if you guys are listening. We get a call, and I mean every single month, as people's. Last month, one of the ladies called us and said my residual went up $600, $3,100. They got in. They sponsored a fella named Ron Long, who sponsored a lady named Dana Masana Johnson, who blew it up, almost executives, their residual. And they sponsor some other, and they sponsor around with it, but they go to Florida every year, and he builds houses, he works for the active in the church, and they donate tons of time. They're in Florida 6 months out of the year, every year. They sponsor someone when they're down there, they call us and interact. She said, I'm homeschooling my child. The last one was called Jeff's working building hydraulic pumps and stuff. And we had $3,100 a month coming in. We started 2 years ago when we came home from Florida, and you guys were just getting.
That's cool story.
And we hear these stories all the time.
All the time people call and their residual check is $3,000, $4,000, $2,000, $5,000, and their life has been changed. So that's why I always stop at this slide. So I'm going to make sure you understand.
He had a guy the other day who said he's up to 48,000 or something like that, and his residual was just barely getting started. He triggered bonuses like crazy.
He had made 48,000.
Yeah.
In the business
Yeah.
the first year.
Between his bonuses and his first year.
The other thing you can do here when you stop at this page is you can borrow other people's stories until you have your own. We did that all the time. I would stop and I would
They
grab
all say, how much you make?
I'd grab a hold of other people's stories. So you guys can use ours.
The real answer is I haven't got paid for everything I started yet, because this will be paid for the rest of my life, whether I show up or not. As long as these people pay their electric bill. That's awesome. If you think about what you started 5 years ago, 2 years ago, that customer's going to pay a bill every month. They can gather customers towards free energy and consultant force and multiply. It's enormous.
But use our story if you want when you get to this page. Tell them what we've done. Use anybody's story you want here, because we need to lend credibility to this to the new person who's looking at it. And we'll go over our numbers afterwards with anybody who wants to get it done and use our story.
I like pointing out that in my old life, I was very limited by the number of hours I could trade. In this, there are no limits. You put any number you want in the upper corner. It's really not just that slide playing out with a bigger number in the upper corner. It's as many of those slides as you want. People don't understand that each doorway you open up, each potential consultant is another doorway into that 7-level payout. You follow how powerful that is? If 11 grand isn't enough or 39,000 isn't enough, sponsor someone else at that. Sponsor someone else and open those doors.
So I'm glad that you can see what we're so excited about here. I'm going to show you one more way we get paid, and it goes to unlimited levels. You're going to get paid as like you're opening up separate stores, and you're going to get quarters for every customer that comes in those stores. So when you go home tonight, look at all those lights out there, and just think about making an extra quarter off of everybody as they're saving money. And then I'm going to show you the cost to get this all started. Customer parts free. I'm going to show you the cost to start a business. What I just did right there, I'm going to fly through the quarters. I'm not stopping it on that slide. I just wanted to give them a little feel for what it was. And now I'm letting them know there's a cost here. So it doesn't seem like we're slipping it in the end.
Although I wish it was in the middle like it is in the presentation, but I have like.
Bring your monthly total to more than $11,000. While we have a number of consultants earning this and more, we realize that not everyone will achieve this type of growth. However, this example does show how thousands of consultants are utilizing the Ambit opportunity to reach their financial goals by earning a steady residual income. Income that enables them to buy a bigger house, get out of debt, or save more for retirement or their kids' education. While this alone is impressive, Ambit's compensation plan takes residual income one step further to maximize your earning potential. As you move up and promote yourself through the different levels of the organization, you can qualify to earn a bonus on every new customer that comes in through unlimited levels. And this isn't just a one-time bonus. This is another bonus you'll earn month after month after month. All this earning begins with a small one-time fee of $429, which gives you the tools and information you need to start building your Ambit business right away. And for only $24.95 a month, you'll gain access to everything you need to maximize and manage your business, including customer management software, training websites, accounting tools, and much more. You will also have access to Ambit's consultant support team, who are there 6 days a week to answer your questions and help you build your business. No matter how you look at it, that's a small investment, and you get to own your own business in a multi-billion-dollar industry. With Ambit Energy, the right company, with the right product, at the right time, the possibilities are endless.
You are so excited about this? What do you like best?
All of it.
All of it. You ready to get started?
Sure.
All right, I'm signing him up. there's no closing cost with that one. Okay, then, do you want to so excited about this?
Absolutely, Kim.
What do you like best?
Definitely the residual income makes a lot of sense.
It does make a lot of sense. What else would you like?
What else did I like? A little confused about maybe the time that I have to do this.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm very busy and got 2 young kids, and I don't know if I got enough time to make this work.
I know exactly how you feel. I felt the same way when we got this started. We were spinning out of control. And I can't think of a better person to answer that question. Remember I told you we were going to call Tony when we got started? He's out of right now. I'm just doing it. I'm not asking him permission. Hey, Tony.
Hey, Kim.
How
you doing?
Yeah, great. I'm glad I was able to get a hold of you. I'm sitting here with my...
busy you are.
I know how busy you are. I was sitting here with my good friend Ben. I just shared this business with him. He really, really loved it. He's one of the most busiest people I know. He has 2 beautiful children. He sells insurance. He travels all over the place. He's very, very successful. His wife is a speech language pathologist. Really liked what he saw, but he really doesn't think he has much time to do this. And I couldn't think of a better person than you. Ben, this is Tony. This is the gentleman I was telling you about. Wildly successful, building a huge team in the Buffalo area, had a lot of success, and he too was really, really busy. I just thought maybe you might want to ask him that question. Ben, Tony, Ben, I'm done. I'm out of it. Now you guys are going to do that closing call. And that's how you're going to finish up this presentation. What Tony's going to do, what the closing person is going to do is they're going to answer objections. And this is how you're going to learn how to handle objections, because you're going to hear the objections that people have, and you're going to hear the people you brought on. And this shows Ben that we're a support here. There's a leader support system here. Ben's going to realize if he can get his questions answered, all he has to do is go push play, bring a couple of flash tools, and call somebody else to answer questions. It really shows how the whole system is designed for people to just get up and go and get out there and get this done. As Tony ends that conversation with Ben, what he should say, what the closer should say is, if Ben's getting ready to get signed up, he's going to send them back to us and we're going to sign them up. If Ben has questions, he's going to say, Jim, why don't you just show Ben what takes to get started or how you what the next step is?
I like this, I don't like to use I never like to ask them if they're ready to get started. They will exhibit buying signals, and if you keep showing them what's next, you'll get them on the enrollment sheet. And even then, I don't use the word start your business because there's something about jumping over that hurdle that is a psychological barrier. I like to just keep showing them until they say, I'm not ready to do this. And even if they say that, especially if they say that, I think that's great. I understand completely. I just want you to see the process so that you understand how easy it is to get your sites up and running. And the reason is most people think they got to figure this out, they got to think about it before they make a decision. I want to show you how easy this is. And by then we've got that site up for the 526 site or the energy, and I don't say, see that start your business button? I say, see that little green button? Now how subtle is that? One is a barrier and one is click that button because I've been telling you what to do for a half an hour. Click that little green button there and we're going to walk you through the process and you'll understand very quickly why. So as we go through the first line there, I want you to put your husband and wife's name, first name there, because that's where it appears on the website. And Abby, you'll really appreciate that. It's also how it appears on the checks. If you tell the wife that, you always get a chuckle.
You know, what usually says is I signed up, I just put my.
She signed up, really, she put, it's like Kim Mason, there's no Jim here.
You said you didn't want to do it, remember?
There is a cost to amend the business if you're transferring it into somebody else's social, so make sure you do it at that point. Don't bring up the.
That's not a cost to add about.
Not if you leave it in the same social, you can get, and I tell people, you can go into your back office, there's an edit function on all this information.
So what we basically do is we walk them down through this enrollment form, and a lot of times they'll say, well, I'm not ready to start, and we say, that's okay. We just want to show you, especially we want to show you this thing with your domain name. I can't tell you how important it is to make sure they know how to fill out this form. We have had a lot of people.
Jim and Julie Brocious went home and filled this out.
Yep, they weren't ready to do it when we showed them the one-on-one. And the next morning I was running on my treadmill, I had my phone there and an alert went off and I looked at it and I'm like, oh my goodness, they just signed up. Now, if we hadn't shown them how to sign up, do you think they would have signed up?
No. They wouldn't know what to do.
They wouldn't know what to do.
We dropped the ball so many times on this. They don't know what to do and therefore they think about it and their information goes down to about 12%. In other words, they remember 12%.
So we've got this far and he's probably.
Right.
Oh, I just clicked, you'll be on your site. You'll take him to your energy 523. You can scroll through these pages without filling stuff out. Well, this is where you would actually fill it out. This is an active, I mean, he would.
There is a dummy site.
No, not for this. All I did, I mean, is I just went to one of our YMs at work, I mean,
Y or the 5.
I just went, like, what's your website? TLB. I would just have this site up before I started, so there you are. So, just gonna show you what the next step is, just click that little green button, and you're up and ready to roll. I mean, it's as if you're signing someone up.
Anybody want to get started?
It's a setup.
So, yeah,
I'm sorry, what, you guys mentioned that Jim and Julie both signed up without,
well, we did a
We
one-on-one.
gave her our website.
Yeah, we set up.
but they actually went on it and did it.
They went on and did it. We've had several people do it on their own.
That's power.
Yeah. Yeah.
Some of them will. It's really cool when it pops up.
So that's how we go from here. Now, typically what's gonna happen is they're not ready to sign up at this point, and they usually need more information. Isn't that
Now,
it?
well, as you're going through this is another important part. If you can get them to name their website.
That's the domain name.
Yeah.
That's where it's at.
In other words, these are the 5 websites, and the reason I'm going to go over this with you is I don't want you using the word energy because of the energy 526, and I give them some of the catchy names that we've run across. We just called ours J.K. Mason. In other words, plant the seed if you need to, you can use your initials, but we use, our daughter named it Kinetic Energy. There's one in Fredonia that calls it free beer. Go to my website, freebeer.energy. Perfect. That's perfect. And you know what she just did? She just named her puppy. And they take their puppy home with them. That's Rosie. Oh, did you Rosie?
This is one of the key things that consultants are missing. They're forgetting to show people how to get started. Now, if you need more information, if the person needs more information, this is why we're using ambitLifestyle.com. This website here is your validation website. So you need some more information, I'll show you everything in that. When you go post anything, you take this website and you can watch these videos over and over again. There's actually another 20-minute video down here. And you can also go to this download tab. When you go here, I just want you to open up every single thing that's in this startup packet and just scroll down through it. You'll be able to see what's in that startup packet, what you should be giving to your new consultant. I'm going to give you a minute up for that. You'll be able to see before and after bills. You'll be able to see samples of the energy credit. You'll be able to see the Wall Street Journal article. You'll be able to see how an annual savings statement comes. You'll be able to see the Inc. 500. You'll be able to, everything is there.
If somehow you got roped into showing a single person, I'd love to play this part out. So I need to go home and talk to my wife. How many of you heard that? Only 4. Tell me exactly what you're gonna say. Don't say that. Here, I'm gonna give you this magazine. I want you to read it and then call me. Or better still, why don't I show it to you an opportunity for you to see it again and you'll start to see the pattern, and I can show it exactly the way you just saw. Does that make sense?
That's what you want to try. You guys are easy. You guys always work out like that. Okay, what I want to do,
Like before or after those, those off.
yeah, we're going to show you that in just a second. You should all have copies of before and after bills. And if anybody's got a really good RG&E bill or a really good Con Edison bill, you can send it to me, email it to me, and if we don't have one up there, we'll put it up there. People are starting to email me lots of free energy credits, so we're adding those now, so you can print these off and show people. Absolutely. Now, this is a one-on-one presentation, and that's, of course, you guys all played along perfectly well, and everybody's ready to get started. Let's say the one thing is, everything is done with duplication in mind. This whole presentation takes about a half hour. From playing that first video, to playing the second video, to showing the before and after bills, talking about the Verizon analogy, playing the money, stopping at the 7-level slide, calling your closer.
See the pattern?
That's
And then getting them on the website, walk them through it.
Now you will do that. You will always try to do a one-on-one presentation if the person is within a half hour, 40, 45 minutes of you. If they get
Build it local, think local.
if they get to be more than an hour from you, we're going to switch it up a little bit like this. Hey Ben, how you doing? He's in right there.
The psychology behind it is a sense of urgency, and I want to make sure both of them are there at the computer. If they're not both there, I postpone it till later. I do not give them the information. So I call them, hey Abbott, Jim Mason here. How you doing?
Figure that out.
Listen, I'm in a rush right now, but are you by your computer? Sure. Is Betsy there? Yeah. Perfect. Get your computer. This is important. Okay. Great. Type in www.ambitlifestyle.com. Tell me what you see. It goes in the address bar. Now, there's a lot of computer illiterates. Just type in Jim and Kim Mason in the Google bar. It'll come up with hit that first one. Because they'll muddle around it. They won't get it right. Jim and Kim Mason will get them.
Can I say one thing, Linda?
Sorry.
Because you just did an invite and you're immediately asking for his time. A lot of times it doesn't work that way. You're going to go back to an invitation.
If one of them isn't there, or if he doesn't have time, I'm in a rush right now. Are you free for a minute? If he isn't, no, I'm busy. I'm not by my computer. Great. Does 8 o'clock work or is 9 better? Will you be available at 8 o'clock or is 9 better? Is Betsy going to be there? In other words, I'm booking an appointment to call.
You're not going to give your website out until they're at their computer. This is the key mistake everybody does. If I called up Ben, Ben, we were talking the other day when the kids were playing ball and you told me you really wanted to take a trip to New Zealand and you actually just didn't see how you could have any money to do that. If I could show you a way to make that trip, would it be worth about 20 minutes of your time? That'd be great. When will you and Ashley be at the computer? I need to show it, so I want to run through some of my duties.
Tuesday at 6.
Tuesday at 6. Tomorrow night at 6?
Yes.
All right, write it down, put it in the appointment. All right, everybody make sure you write it down, okay? I'm going to call you tomorrow night, and you and Ashley get the computer, and we'll take a look at something.
If you give
That's
Ben
an invite.
if you give Ben that information, you give him the website,
No matter.
he's either going to not look at it and not answer his phone, or he's going to look at it, make an assumption on a little tiny bit of it without going through it systematically. And either way, you're chasing him. He's in control of your business time.
Now we do this. We've had great success that with showing this presentation over the phone. We just sponsored a woman in Maine doing what we're going to show you right now. I'm just going to fly through it because I don't have to fly through it all. Doing turn, put us on, we sponsored her. Like if I personally sponsored you, you're not going off on your own. You're in Maine, I'm in New York. Who'd you think of first? He's in Maine, I'm in New York.
My friend Abbott. Great, here's what I want you to do. I want you to call your friend Abbott, and I want you to say this. Just call him up and say, listen, I'm on the phone with a business associate of mine. Are you available to be at your computer? And if he says yes, and Betsy's there, great, three-way me in.
And
And I'll
what
wait.
happened with our friend in Maine, she said, I thought of my sister Jerry, so we gave her the words to how to do an invite. And we said, find out when she'll have about 20 minutes, don't say anything else. She
Don't
called us
say
back and
anything
she
else.
said, Jerry is going to be at the computer with Dave tomorrow at 11. Great. So I want you to call her up tomorrow at 11, Diane, and three-way me in. And that's exactly what she did. We showed this video over the phone to a person just a week ago in Tahoe.
In other words, you stay on the phone, I'll wait right here.
That's,
Well,
yeah, let's go through that. So we showed the person over the phone in Tahoe, and now I sponsored that person personally. You gotta work with these personally sponsor. I'm not just gonna say,
Go
go
get 'em.
sell it, go get it. We did this the other night in a restaurant while we were eating. We had like a 7 or 8.
why don't you go through this?
I'm gonna go,
The lady's name is Monica and Matt.
oh, okay, want to say that.
So, and Monica and Matt have a contact in Chicago. And they said, are you available at 8:30? Well, this DP ends up at 8:30 and we headed out to the phone. So I get my three-way call. She says, are you available? And call, actually Matt, are you available? And call Chris. I said, great, I'll wait on the line.
We'd already done the invite to Chris. Chris was expecting a call, just like he's expecting a call tomorrow night at 6 o'clock. All right? So Chris knew that we were calling. So Matt called up Chris. Hang on a second, Chris. Three-wayed in us. And then the
This
new
is my friend
consultant.
Jim, he walks on water. This is my friend Chris. The more credibility you give the person, the more that Chris guy's gonna listen. And then you want something to work with. So I know who Chris is, what his background is.
So I got Ben and Ashley sitting there at the computer. Hey, get ready. I'm going to show you something I'm really excited about.
As soon as this part is done, I'm gonna tell you what's next. In other words, I'm setting it up for, I'm gonna lead you through a process.
So Ben, can you go on your computer and go to the address bar?
Yeah.
You just go right up there and type in ambitlifestyle.com and tell me what you see.
Got it. See a video with Bill Gates.
Perfect. Sometimes you got to ask them.
I like to
See
say,
Bill Gates sitting right there.
I like to say that fella in the front there, that's Pete Loggins, he's a close personal friend of mine.
What we're
And I
gonna,
say it quickly because I'm in a rush, I'm trying to create some excitement here so that you know we're going through.
so then we're just going to watch this video for about 5 minutes and then we'll show you what's next. Okay? Ready? Go ahead, take that video. Just put the phone right down by the video so I can hear you watch.
I'll stay right here on the line.
So Ben is going to watch the 5-minute video. You're not going to give him the 5-minute video and call him back. If you give your video out and call someone back, what are the chances they're going to answer the phone when you call them back?
None.
Something happens, dog
Another phone
turns
call
out, another
comes
phone
in.
call happens. So you
The birds
watch
got him.
the video with him. So we just watched that video, which you guys just watched.
And I love asking this question. Does that make enough sense to you to get some more information? Can you see why we're so excited? Great. I'm going to show you what's next. I'm going to ask you to hold your little cursor on that arrow to start and stop it at a couple of key places. Again, hold the phone near the computer so I can watch it. And what really happens is we mute the phone and we visit with the 5 people we visit with. We mute the phone and we visit for another. So really, what do we have in their time? Nothing. We watch this enough to have it memorized.
You guys should, so what we basically done is we've asked Ben to play the next section and told him to put his phone on speaker and put it near the computer. You guys need to know, so you can hear this video. You very clearly can hear.
So you know where the company finishes and
play
the
the video.
customer part finishes.
He's gonna play it right through to that same spot. And we just heard him say, that we're really serious about this. Take a look at the way we make money.
Think about the Ambit system and your personal opportunity.
Ben, can you stop it right there?
Yeah.
I knew that was coming up. What,
All we
what,
did is watch it once and write down so we knew what was going on. Now we know. Now she knows.
and you guys, you saw it was broken into 3 distinct parts. You know that this starburst energy, sunburst thing comes up between each of the parts. So I've got them stopped here at the second one. So then we're gonna go over just what I did before. You can see why we're so excited here. What's going on is energy deregulation. You saw me just do this a second ago in person. I'm just gonna do it over the phone. Now, if you've got a technologically savvy person, and there's a lot of them out there, I'm gonna, like, I know Ben's pretty handy on the computer. This guy the other night was really handy.
He was miles ahead of me, and then we had a lousy connection, but by the time we got done, he was an IT guy. He had filled out the whole form, and I was still on the second line. I got it, I'm already doing that.
So Ben, if you could just, I'm gonna show you how this works for the customer, because what we've done here is I've shown you a way you can save money, or if you want, you can get a large chunk of your bill off. You go back up to the top of that page and click on that download tab. If they're smart, I mean, if they're not, if they're smart, if they're technologically savvy. What you're gonna do is you're gonna direct, he's in Montana and I'm in New York. You're gonna go to the download tab. I'm gonna ask him to click on an example of a bill. And you can just say, tell me where it says example of a bill, click on one of those bills. And you want to just understand, nothing changes on the bill, comes the same way, they read the meter, they maintain the lines, you lose power, you call them, you sell gas, you call them. Simple change.
All that's great, but how did Ambit get to be the largest direct seller? What was it?
Go back to that same question. How on earth did they get to be the fastest growing private company?
Repeat all the credibility stuff.
Now, again, if they're technologically savvy, like this young gentleman was the other night, I said, hey Ben, can you open another tab? If I asked you guys to do that, how many of you would know what I meant? See, there's a lot of people who know.
Don't raise your.
I said, hey Ben, can you open another tab? Okay, right up there in the address bar, can you just type in statusgo.joinambit.com? You're going to ask them to type in your customer enrollment site. All right? And tell me what you see there, Ben. What do you see when you open that up?
I see it as
Perfect. This site is a site that every one of our customers gets for free.
It's also all the states that we currently are available to the other customers.
Okay? And all I'm going to do is explain to Ben how you can use the site for referrals. Your for 15, we're going to average their bill. Whatever that average is, you're going to get a free energy credit every single month to offset or eliminate the supply part of your bill. That could be up to 50 to 60% off your gas and your electric bill. How big is your electric bill, Ben? How'd you like to get a $150 check or credit every single month just by telling people how you're saving money? Alright? And if you want, you can take them back to the download tab and show them a sample of the free energy credit. This customer talking part literally should take just a couple minutes. I mean, we had that all done in like 5 minutes.
If you go to the weekly VPs, you'll pick up the jargon. If you go to 5 of them a week, or 3 of them a week, or whatever you can get to, you'll pick it up fast. Compressed time. We're talking about buying the rest of our life back.
You wouldn't have this process if you were working with somebody. Alright, Ben, so what I want to do now is just go right back to where we were just a second ago. Can you get back on that video you were watching?
Yeah.
Alright, we're just going to watch this last little segment we've shown you. I always say this. I've shown you how you can save money. I've shown you how you can use a website and get 50% off your bill.
She was a lawyer in her other life.
Now I'm going to show you how you can actually capitalize on this. And it works a lot like Verizon. Let me just do the Verizon analogy. Have you ever said, get on Verizon so we can talk for free? We're just going to say switch to Ambit so we can save money on our gas and electric, and if you want, you can supply part of your bill for free.
A good segue on that Verizon example is short of. It works so well that now everybody has some sort of membership.
Okay, and then you're just going to play the rest of the video here. It's very difficult to stop it on the 7-level payout when you're doing it over the phone. I have been able to do it, but I'm not going to tell you guys to do that. So you put the phone right
If
there.
you're listening, you might get away with it. The other thing is I like to tell them, you see that? When it hits the 15 to 20%. Because everybody.
But that's when you're in person.
Well, no, even on the video, I can say, did you see that part? Or watch this next part that is coming up? The reason is everybody, we're in 58 different, 60 markets. And everybody says, well, what's the savings? Tell me what the savings is. And it's like, today, it's different tomorrow.
But go through this next section, and then when you get done, just thinking, you are so excited, what you like this, what you like this.
As soon as they ask questions, hang on. I knew you'd have questions. Three-way somebody in if you're, depending on the
If we were on the phone, or if you brought your sponsor on the phone or somebody, they would answer the questions. If you were doing this by yourself, that's when you're going to 3-way in a person who you've already set up, so they know that the call's coming, and you're going to do just what I did with Ben and Sean.
I don't say, hang on, we're making a call. I say, hang on just a second. I knew you'd have questions. In other words, I don't give them the opportunity to say, dial it up.
Does Anybody have questions about that? You see how it might just work? It actually does work. We've been doing it all the time.
That Westfield connection went to Connecticut, or to Maine, to Connecticut, to New Hampshire. Where's, no, the other guy, Robin,
Back in Connecticut.
and then went to Ripley and Erie, all in about a week and a half. In the time it takes to drive, you can have this in front of another person.
The
Brian
person-
told us early that our one-on-ones work, and he said that's great, weekly meetings work. If you want your business to blow up, find people with big lists and go through those lists as quickly as you can. And teach them to go through that list, because you'll pass up, you'll pass Brian. If you can get that filtering process going, streamline it as much as
So with the person that we showed in Chicago the other night, he got all the way, we took him to the enrollment site, he got all the way to filling that out. And then he basically said, I'm not ready to do this tonight, I need some more information. Great, I knew you would. Remember that download tab? We did the closing calls, that was us, we were done the closing calls. We left him with the download tab, so
in
we
a
check it all
resources
out.
section.
I knew he was in Chicago, so I had already brought up on my computer all the VPs in Chicago. And I asked him which one was closest to him. I said, great, I'd like you to clear your calendar, I'm telling them what to do, I'm not asking. I'd like you to clear your calendar Monday night, 7:30 to 8:30, and meet some of the people locally that we're working with. You can sign in as Max guest, and you'll get a lot of information, and we'll touch bases with you at 9:30.
Imagine this is a posture thing. Somebody says, well, I'm not ready to do this. You say, oh, perhaps you're mistaken. I got 3 other people that I'm interested in getting this in front of. I haven't made an offer whether I'm going to work with you.
I don't say that.
Don't say that, but think about this. If you were at a if Google called you tomorrow and said, we're interviewing for some positions and we've only got 6 of them, would you be telling, well, I'm really busy, I think I'm watching TV that night? So would you be stepping through the hoops? Know what you have your hands on.
So we had him going to the VP tomorrow night. That one is 2 weeks too. In the meantime, the person in Nevada has already got a home show going on Tuesday night, and they're going to three-way us in, and we're going to help them with that. You guys,
I gotta tell you this story. Cold contacts do work. So we're in Nevada. What do you think of Lake Powell? Never been there before in my life. 5-star trip. Top income producers in the company at a place called Garwood. We're all hanging out, having fun. Jerry and Chris are there. I introduced myself to the lady that was seemed like she was pretty engaged around there. And about halfway through the meal, she came over and we talked a little bit, and she said my name. And I said, how do you, with 50 people, remember my name? And she said, you're the only one that introduced yourself. The top producers in the company. And I said, we've got to talk. I said, you see those people over there? You might not know it. They seem like just regular average people, but they run a $1 billion company. Kind of Bill Gates. So I understand what's on. These are the top producers in a $1 billion company. They take us on amazing trips every 6 months. I said, we're in a position to expand here. Give me your contact information. And as I said that, I'm giving her my card. I said, right here's Kim's name. Matter of fact, I'd like you to meet my man. As soon as I could, we all introduced, talked just a bit. Didn't go into anything other than we'll get a hold of you. She traveled to Italy, she went back, busy this, that, phone call this, time change.
we did this exact same thing with her. We just had her watch the 2 videos, showed her the download tab, and then she wanted more information, so I had already looked, and the closest meeting was in Sacramento, 2 hours away. That was the closest meeting to where she was.
She drove 2 hours.
I said, this is what I need you to do next, and she did. And when she came back, then she said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this next. So, you guys can
Any
do.
questions?
We're going to break here, so go ahead. We're going to ask questions afterwards too, but I want to.
From the video, can you actually stop it and move it, or is it okay, Mr. Fraser? Is it okay to just show the whole from the video without interjecting?
I would suggest you do that the first couple times until you get really comfortable. If you go to enough meetings, and we always tell people just play the videos because we can't stop you from talking. You can't stop me from talking. So
I like to stop it only 2 times. We only stopped it 2 times. We stopped it after the first 2 segments and made sure they understood how it works for a customer and what free energy is. That's critical that they understand the energy together and understand what was better for them. And then with your one-on-one, you can stop it on the 7-level payout. If you're over the phone, you're going to turn it off. So you're going to stop it once or twice. Not a lot. If you start stopping that video, like my inclination when I was showing Abbott there was to stop it on the quarters too. I want to make sure they understand the quarters. Don't do that. just let them know there's another way to get paid if like having 4 stores, all those customers are gonna pay you for everything. And go through it. Now, when you guys get started, you're supposed to get a starter packet. This is a starter packet. It's little, it's small, it's duplicatable.
We have a fella down in Erie that has 56 pages starter packet. Imagine finding anything in there when he needs it.
We're passing you out a sheet of what goes in the starter packet. All of the information that goes in the starter packet is on InnoLifestyle.com under the download tab. You can print it out. You don't print out everything on InnoLifestyle.com, or this will be this thick. So when you sign someone up, you're gonna take 20 minutes to get them started, not 3 hours. That's not duplicatable. And you're gonna show them what's in here, you're gonna show them their website, you're gonna get them making their list, you're gonna teach them how to do an invite. And that's it.
How many of you heard Joey on the team call the other night? Remember where he said, don't go into teaching mode? Plug them into the system. If you hand a 3-year-old an iPad, he'll be telling you about it tomorrow. If you hand us an iPad, we can work on it for weeks and not accomplish anything. Hand it to them and get out of the way and go sponsor somebody else. Plug them into the system. If they show up, they'll get fed. If they really want this business, they'll learn what they need.
All these little flash tools that I have are what's in that starter packet. A new person should get signed up tonight, begin with the starter packet, show them their website, teach them how to enroll a customer, make sure they're logged in, converted, to get them making their list, do an invite, help them start showing. Go with your new person and help them show this business. All we did is laminate what's in the starter packet. We didn't have it laminated yet, right? So every week we're making new ones because they look tattered by the end of the week. So it's a good idea to laminate it that for yourself for presentation. But that's it, guys. It's that simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Use the tools. Your best tools will be in the lifestyle and topendleaders.com for learning and presenting. We're gonna, I think, are we eating now?
Yeah.
Grab a bite. We'll grab a quick bite, and then you guys can ask the questions. The one who's ever asked the questions.
I want to talk a little bit about personal development before after we eat, and it's probably more fundamental than everything you learn. Because if you don't have this right, nobody will get in your business. We had a lady in Warren, she was belly aching at one of the trainings, and it was this really screechy, obnoxious, I've counted to 75 people and nobody's got in. And I said, and it never will. It won't.
He did not say that.
Well, no, I think. Folks, it's personal development. If people aren't getting in your business, don't be afraid to be honest with yourself. Find somebody else that can help you coach you. I hear people's speech patterns more than I ever used to. I'm a lot more aware of what people say, and I was that person. So I know you can change. You don't like me now, you should do that. Getting a whole bunch of books on the internal dialogue, what you say when you talk to yourself, tongue by the tongue, and work on personal development. As you start to understand how we make decisions, all the Malcolm Gladwell stuff, read it like your life depends on it, and you can have a different life, but more rewarding life.
I'm going to just leave this over here so anybody wants to look at what one put together looks like, so you can see what you're supposed to be giving in the consultant. That's a starter packet. I'll just put this here. And then tell us what we're going to do.
Oh, we're gonna take a little break. We got some food here.
Right?
Yeah, quickly. And listen, when you go back to your seats, take a little 3x5 card, a little question and answer. And you don't have to put your names on or anything like that. You're welcome to. But we'll do a little Q&A after, and grab a little something to eat. There's pizza and wings up yourself. And there's some water up at the bar, and we'll get right back in it. Oh.
I have training tickets. You guys can get this during the break too. This is all I have left. They're selling out like hotcakes. Everybody in this room should be at the Adams Park on the 22nd. It's right here in Buffalo. It's a training. We got Chris Atkinson coming in. It's so important. Jim and I are going to be in Florida. We're flying in just to do the training. That's how important it is. And then we're going to fly out to make sure that we're at this training. So, you guys want to get these? This is what